Matariki te tupua, matariki te takito.
Kia ora everyone, I just want to wish you all a really happy Matariki.
Matariki is a really important time for us as a nation, for us as an organisation, and for us as individuals to really reflect on the year that's been.
For me, Matariki is about reflection and a time for coming together as whānau.
Look at the stars, look at the Southern Cross. If you want to go home, that's where you need to follow.
Celebrate Matariki because New Zealand is my home away from home.
Cont, kia ora tau mā, te kō uriuri, te kō tango.
Ko mokotako te kōna tōrero, o mahi kato te nawa i te
O ngā heke ngā nui, ko ati tama rarua, te ati aua ko ata.
Kia ora everybody. Matariki is a special time, and this might be the first time that you've celebrated Matariki, but for us as Māori, this isn't the first time that we've celebrated Matariki. It's a time to reflect, and over the last 2 years has been, well, a hell of a 2 years. And it's a time to remember those people that passed away in the last 12 months. So reflecting on that and the sad times, but it's also a time to spend with your families. And actually, this is a hell of a big family. And I want to say to our management team, this is the least that we can do for you, our wider family. And to be a part of this family here, you have to take the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because in every family there's some of that. But for you here that are working for us, I want to say how appreciated you are as staff. And to have people that have worked for us for 25 years, that's a long time. 20 years is a long time. 15 and 10 is a long time. And some of us don't go to school for that long. And you have contributed greatly to our owners, our industries, and the work that you complete. So I just want to say on behalf of the Board of Directors of Wakatu Corporation, thank you again for your mahi, thank you for your work and your contributions, and Happy New Year to all of you. Kia ora everybody, Happy New Year, and please, when you go home, tell your families that you love them, that you appreciate them, and tell them that we love them and we appreciate them as well. So nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou. Kia ora tātou katoa.
All the mahi, all the work that you've done over the last year, not just for Wakatu and for Pinoy and for our whānau, but for your family, your friends, and our community. So it's a day to remember the past year and all that's happened, but most importantly it's just a day to be together, to enjoy some kai and just to reflect on the coming year. So on behalf of Wakatu, on behalf of the whānau of Wakatu, thank you. We know how hard you work day in and day out, and we know, we've had a challenging year. We've still got some challenges to come, but we are in really good heart. Kia ora te whānau. But this is not about me, it's not about, well, it is about all of us, but also an opportunity to acknowledge, actually today, 8 kaimahi. So without further ado, I'm going to share with you a bit of background about each of these 8 people, and then I'll ask them then to come up and receive a token of our appreciation for that service. So the first one is for 10 years, and Girl Katu. So Girl first joined Cornwall in the opening room as the table controller back in about 2012, before transferring into the final back team in around 2015 as a packer, and then she moved on to work and train as an operator, which is her current role. Now Girl will jump in where needed, and she works across the in-between shift clean and will move into almost any role in that final pack team, supporting each other, which is a real asset in a small team. Girl has also been a union rep for a number of years, and in this capacity she shows empathy, genuine empathy for her team members who she supports, and she always acts with integrity. And I'm not sure where Girl's sitting, but she always keeps me on my toes as well. Girl has a habit of managing to leave keys into the ignition of her car. This is a little wee story that hopefully you might resonate. So when that happens, she might find a flat battery in the morning, and what's the first thing that she has to do? 15 years service. And this person probably isn't known to very many people here in the tent today, but she is a very important part of the Kono and Wakatu business services team. This person is a lady called Lynn Porter, and she started with us back in May of 2007, where she was an assistant accountant for the then Aotearoa Seafoods. And Lynn then transferred to Cornwall when Cornwall was formed in August of 2011. So what does Lynn have done in that time? She's checked and paid the bills for the seafood business, and that is a very important role. In 2017, Lynn then moved across into Wakatu Incorporation and officially became part of the business services centralised team, and aligning her juggling skills with the rest of the best to make sure the right people get paid on the right time. Lynn herself is a very quiet, she's a very methodical worker, but she does put in the extra hours as demand requires, especially during a new system implementation and more recently when the first of the COVID lockdowns occurred. So a lot of us here, our workers here at Seafood, and we have to do the role we do here at work. But in a more of an administration role, Lynn transferred into working away from home, working at home for the first time. So that wasn't without its challenges either. She had to learn a whole lot of new technology and still be able to make sure we pay our creditors on time. So Lynn upskilled herself to take more advantage of the technology at that time. The other thing is, we're not to let Lynn fool you. She may seem serious, but she loves a good prank. A couple of the most memorable moments are impersonating a warehouse employee. The first of our 20 years service awards is to Margaret Anderson, who's currently working in our day shift opening team. So Margaret's a very hard-working team member. She's super reliable and always on time, and is very committed to doing things right. So during her time here at Bristol Street, Margaret's worked across both the night and day shifts, and she's currently supporting the day shift opening team as a spiral grader. This is a really good role, excellent role for Margaret, as she has such high standards and ensures that only the best half-shell mussels make it through the little hole that leads into the spiral and eventually out into our customers. While Margaret may seem quiet, she is very passionate and will speak up about important issues and support her workmates. Margaret's got a beautiful smile which lights up when she enjoys a laugh, and we just want you to know, Margaret, you're a valued member of the Cornwall whānau, and 20 years service is an amazing achievement. So I don't know where you're hiding, come on up. And
That's Paul Hendricks from the night shift team. But I'll just say a few words for Paul, and we'll make sure he receives his gifts when he's able to be here. So again, Paul's super reliable, and he always lets us know what is happening. So even though he's quite quiet again, he's also a very good communicator and shows a real commitment to health and safety. The team can really trust that if there's an issue that he's reporting at the end of the night, then Paul will always make sure that that's raised through to his team leads. Paul loves a bit of tennis, even though he's come to work with one match with some damage on his face. He told us how, but that's our secret, which we're not sharing with anybody, okay? He also had a run-in with a pole in the car park, but he was happy to report to us that the pole was definitely okay. So Pete's very reliable, trustworthy and dependable, but he is far from dull. So someone might have to sign this for Pete. Alright, Andrew's a very loyal team member. That's something that actually I personally recognise in him. He's very committed to your muscle opening craft and your team. Andrew, you've got a very unique opening style. And that definitely catches the eye when you're in the opening room. But you're also a very positive person, and you're always willing to provide constructive feedback. As I said, you're positive and you provide some light-hearted relief, and you do have an engaging smile that's never far away. However, Tony, in his own right, he's very trustworthy and reliable, stubby, short style, wearing kind of guy. Those of you who know him will know what we mean. And he's a very, very dependable leader. He might not like to admit this, but he is very caring towards his team members, and we have it on good authority that there's a couple of pink shirts in his closet. So he can be in touch with his more feminine side when needed. So don't let the tough and rough man exterior fool you. Tony drives a forklift with speed and skill that Lewis Hamilton would be extremely proud of. So imagine what it looked like when there were no speed restrictors on them as they do now. Tony, thank you for your invaluable service to the night shift team and to Kono overall. You're such a wealth of knowledge and experience across the industry, and we're extremely lucky to have you as part of the night shift whānau. Please always know that you're appreciated and respected, that your own team will do anything for you. They care for you and they are always looking out for you. 25 years, mate, you're a legend. Moira Winter from our QA team. So for those of you who do not know Moira personally, she's a very valued member of the quality assurance team at Kono Seafood. It's a very small team, it's being a team of just 3. So Moira started as a lab technician with us, with the role expanding over the years to include purchasing for the factory and anything else we throw at her. Well, she keeps a keen eye on, and she always ensures that she's doing the best for both the business and for the team and the people that work in it. Outside of work, Moira is heavily involved in the Marlborough Musical Theatre Society, taking part in several productions over the years, and this year helped behind the scenes in the very successful Les Mis. All this while being an active member of our local church, singing in the choir, and often taking church readings, and then being a nana to wee Harriet in the recent edition of Adele in Christchurch. Moira is also known for a love of knitting, and apparently has knitted specialty PPE for certain staff members.
To all of you that work in the organisation, I want to take the opportunity to say thank you and wish all of you a very merry Matariki, very happy Matariki, and wish you all the best.